welcome to TW Vocalized Chat. My name is Brianna Valencia.
And my name is Kevin Kanawati.
And today we're going to do something a little bit different. I feel like we often do some very serious topics and sometimes they're a little sad.
Yeah, honestly.
And today we're going to do a movie review just to mix it up every once in a while. This is something I really liked and Kevin, we both watched it. Everyone in the office watched it. I thought it was really funny, so I think it'd be really fun and really cool to talk about something that's not depressing and going on with the economy.
Yeah, we're going to talk about movies. My specialty in
something
life.
Something fun. Yeah, Kevin is a theater?
I'm a film
major.
Wow, I can't even think what I'm going to do with my life. I'm a film major. I want to be a director and screenplay writer for my career.
It would be great for you to talk about. So, what movie are we talking about today? It just came out.
Yeah, we are watching. We're talking about The Suicide Squad, the new one, the 2021 version of James Gunn.
Yeah, and it's is it a sequel? Is it a revamp? I don't
Reboot?
know. Yeah, reboot.
It's a bit of both, honestly.
It's both of them.
Yeah,
which is great.
Yeah, because it definitely if you guys seen the original one, it was not very held great. A lot of people just say the only reason why it's good was Will Smith and Margot Robbie, and
I liked it.
Oh, you liked it?
Yeah, I liked it. Don't be
Well, a lot of people think of it in the negative aspect. I kind of had fun with it at times, but it just, the bad writing, and it just didn't feel that great due to Warner Brothers really conflicting into the story and the director's mindset of it. But this one just felt if you guys ever seen the Guardians of the Galaxy films or know who James Gunn is, this feels basically, this is his baby. This is a movie that came exactly from him. There's no studio interference. It's all his kind of jokes, his style, his writing, and I loved it a lot.
Yeah, it was great.
It was so fun.
So we're going to talk to you guys. Honestly, there's going to be some spoilers in this. So if you haven't watched it, turn this off. But watch this later.
Well, we'll announce when spoilers are going to be on.
No, I'm going to do all kinds of spoilers.
Right at the back.
Boom! Do not talk about the movie without spoiling it. I don't know. So just turn this off right now. Go watch Suicide Squad and then come back.
Watch it in IMAX if you can. If you feel safe. If not, watch it on HBO Max.
Yeah, watch it at home. And obviously, you miss out. I feel there were certain scenes that would pop up. Dang, that would have been so cool in the movies. Just a full experience with those loudspeakers.
It was so great, and I watched it in Dolby Cinema with the reclining chairs. It was.
I love
so
that.
Nice. Yeah,
we're
that's
taking naps sometimes. Okay, so we're gonna talk a little about what the movie was about, some of the characters, and our favorite parts. So synopsis, basically, this is the same. It's the same thing as last time. Suicide Squad, or they call them Task Force X. They're on a high-risk mission, and in exchange for doing this mission where they can possibly die, they get reduced prison sentences. And most of the time, it's these prisoners, they're super. They have all these kinds of abilities, and they have nothing to lose. So that's where they're. Well, they all do have something to lose.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's
the benefits
outweigh the risk.
Yeah. For them, at least. Because, stay in prison for, 90 years of your sentence or get 10 years reduced every time they do a mission?
I think so.
Because I remember her saying, 10 years for someone.
I don't know. Basically, it's, always... And, the thing is, always the government's fault. Whatever's going on, surprise. The government's always done something. They're always trying to cover something, or one of their, undercover operations, went bad or went south. And now they need this Task Force X to come in, take care of it, and if something happens, they could just blame these, these prisoners escaped, or, whatever. Mm-hmm. The government always does, but, So on Rotten Tomatoes, they got a 91% on Metacritic, they got 72, and then we have some, I got some really short reviews, so these aren't our words. These are, from the, if you want to read it. The Rolling Stones.
So Rolling Stones, K. Austin Collins said, with the Suicide Squad, Gunn shows that there was a way to keep things edgy while at the same time offering enough humor and action to maintain the crowd-pleasing elements.
And then real reviews by James Beardeny. I don't know how to say his last name. He said the lack of narrative momentum or compelling character arcs starts to wear on you. The jokes get old too. The movie is too much, too long, but not lacking in its glories.
So one was like, dang, this movie's great. And one was like, yo, this movie sucks, man.
And he says to find them, follow Harley. Like, he's basically saying Harley's the only one that's keeping the movie forward. I beg to differ.
Same. I disagree a lot. I liked a lot of the characters, like Polka Dot Man.
Polka Dot Man was hilarious.
He was my favorite. Oh my god.
Polka Dot Man had, like, when they called him Norman Bates, and he has like mommy issues. I was like, oh, that one killed me. So like some of the characters, there was a lot of characters in this movie, but I only named the ones I cared about. I'm just kidding. No, I named the like main ones because I think that I don't want to dive too much into some of the characters. They were probably in the movie for like 2 minutes and then they died at the beginning.
So, spoiler alert, real quick. So what I liked about the beginning, real quick, was that all these big names that you'll see, whether it was like one was a YouTuber, I believe, and like an SNL star. You have like, I think his name's Nolan North. I think I'm confusing him with someone else. But a lot of big names were in this movie. And they just kill him off in the beginning just to show you how expendable and to like kind of just like disillusion you. It was like, oh, they're in the movie, and they showed them in the trailers a lot.
Oh yeah, they did, like, and they died like the first 2 minutes. Yeah. Like they went. It was
great.
They were in the helicopter, and then they land, and they're dead. Like, like the weasel couldn't swim. Like they jumped out of the plane. And then the weasel's drowning, like immediate death, like, and everyone's like, who checked if the weasel could swim? And he didn't. Like, he couldn't swim.
But the main cast, or the main stars, is Harley Quinn, Polka Dot Man, Bloodsport, who's basically just Deadshot, but Will Smith couldn't. Well, Will Smith didn't want to be a part of this one.
I know, but they changed it to Bloodsport just in case Will Smith wants to come back.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I'm like, that's smart. Yeah. But they're the same person.
Yeah, 100%. It's the exact
same character. They
just revamped it just because Will Smith might be back, which I understand.
Bloodsport's nicer.
Yeah, I like Bloodsport.
Like
nicer?
Yeah.
Are you talking about, what about that prison scene with his daughter?
Okay, but then he took on the mission. Like,
so did Will Smith.
Obviously, he cared.
Yeah, he did care, but that beginning scene was hilarious. But anyway, so there's Bloodsport.
He doesn't want to be a dad, I guess.
No.
I mean, okay, but then he grew to want to be a dad. He was a rat catcher, too. Like, he reminded her of his daughter.
Yeah, he reminded him to be a better father. And I think, like you said, he did really care. He just wanted to not.
Show he has feelings.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, so it's Harley Quinn, Polka Dot Man, Bloodsport, King Shark, played by Sylvester Stallone. Fantastic.
Love it.
Ratcatcher 2.
Like 3 words.
Ratcatcher 2 and Colin Rick Flag. Or
Colonel.
Colonel. I said Colin.
Imagine.
Oh, man.
I'm so sad about Rick Flag.
Yeah.
Man.
I didn't care for him that much in the first film.
He was a jerk in the first film.
Yeah, he was just
all
annoying,
he cared about was his girlfriend. Like the one, she ended up being like the enemy in like the first movie, and like that's what the whole thing was about, them like going to take the demon girl down or whatever she was. Her
doing this as her magical power just frustrated the crap out of me.
She has some good brows. Like, I forgot the actress's name. She's also a model. She has really good eyebrows. Like, that was what I was paying attention to the whole movie.
Understandable. Knowing you, understandable.
No, but like, someone has good brows. You just like, I don't even look at anything else. It's the brows. No, but in the first movie, I think he was like so selfish. Like, the whole mission was for his girlfriend. Like, dude, the reason the world is like, everyone is dying is your girlfriend. Like, just kill her. Like, she's obviously a bad person. But, you know, they saved her or whatever.
Yeah.
She's good now. And then he doesn't even mention his girlfriend in the second movie. I think he's flirting with the girl that is like a rebel. I'm like, what happened to the girlfriend that you were like willing to leave the world for? Like, in the first movie.
He's like, I'm gonna let everyone possibly die, and then the second one was like, yeah, we kind of just broke up, I guess. Like,
he didn't even mention her because I got some flirting vibes with the rebel leader.
And a bit with Harley, a bit.
Yeah.
It was a little
okay,
weird.
when she's buying the apple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got that too, but I don't think. with Harley, like, she can't have boyfriends. She's like crazy. She said she'll kill any boyfriend she has.
Red flags. Yeah.
He said she's like, "He's the kind of men I date are red flags." So she just shot him like after he proposed. I love her.
Yeah, she was her action scene where she was just like escaping the prison. Basically, what we were talking about was like she gets captured by like basically like drug lords, right? Aren't they drug lords?
Well, it's like the military, and then they're doing like a coup on the government. Basically, they killed
cartel.
they killed. There's so much going on. There's like a lot of turmoil in that country. Like always, here comes the United States. Like none of their business. But the only thing they're trying to protect is like something that they messed up on, and it's there.
Basically, big bad guys kidnap Harley Quinn. One of the big bad guys is a romance and falls in love with Harley. And then he was just like, oh, I could use this. Oh, spoiler. Also,
This is
big
all
weapon.
spoiler.
I know. The big weapon is this big Patrick Starfish. Like, it's just.
It's not even cute.
Yeah. He has like a star in his, like, eye in the middle of his chest, and he just like wreak havoc and brainwash everyone. And their plan was to use that against, like, their enemies. And if anyone's against them, they'll kidnap their families, kidnap kids, and all that, and force them into being brainwashed, I guess. And
Like
Harley Quinn was
like
like,
zombies or something like.
yeah. And Harley Quinn was just like, oh, you're a piece of crap because you want kids to die. And she just shot, like, they had this whole love story, and it was so, like, kind of cute.
They were, like, so in love.
Bam.
But then he told her that they would look good together for the country, and she was like, we have to kill. And she's like, killing kids is kind of a red flag. I was like, good for her. Like, she's learning.
Yeah, honestly.
Like, after being with the Joker, I think if they had a movie together, I would definitely watch that.
They were going to do one, but
Why
after...
aren't they?
So, it was during the time where DC was having their kind of chaotic plan of, like, have Justice League, and then they'll have Batman vs. Superman, and then they're going to plan, I think, a Harley Quinn and Joker versus Joker movie.
Versus?
I think so. It was just because, like,
I want to see how their relationship was in a movie like a.
So apparently it was more thought out in the first Suicide Squad. It was just the director David Ayering, I believe. Warner Brothers basically revamped everything because Batman vs. Superman was like critically slammed because it was boring and dull and too dark, and so they just were like, hey.
Wait, which one was that? Which Batman guy? Because they would switch Batman.
Ben Affleck versus Henry Cavill.
That was boring.
Yeah, so like
awful.
Warner Brothers was just like, we're gonna basically turn this into a Marvel movie, make it more funnier and wacky and weird.
The new Batman, man, the Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, his costume looks weird to me.
I'm excited because I was Team Edward. When his Twilight.
He's a good actor. He is a really good actor.
I'm not going to be paying attention to that. Like, I've just been in love with him since I was 12. I was 12 years old, and I had all his posters on my walls, and like, as Edward. It's like, so that's the only reason.
Batman?
That's Batman. No, I didn't even know he was in Harry Potter. Like, I never paid attention to Harry Potter.
Spoiler to that, he died too in that movie.
He's just dying all the time. See how he does his Batman.
That one romance movie? Never mind. Anyway, so...
No, I didn't watch it. I was like...
It's pretty depressing.
I don't... Okay. Who was your favorite character in, like, this whole, like, movie?
My favorite characters had to just... I think it's just three. I love Polka Dot Man.
You said favorite.
Favorite of all time?
Yeah, you have to pick one.
One?
If you had, like, gun to your head right now, you have to choose one.
Polka Dot Man. I just liked his, like, kind of...
He had mommy issues.
Yeah, I know, but
hilarious.
I just felt so bad for him. Like,
he had to die the whole movie.
That's what made him hilarious.
He was so like, negative Nancy. Like...
But, like, he finally, towards the end, he, like, felt... He was a hero, and he felt like he wanted to do the right thing. Yeah. And then, like, boom, he dies. Just
I was like, oh, no.
So I felt bad. But I did like other ones, like King Shark was just hilarious.
He was so funny. Like,
did great.
There was a scene where he's like, when they had to go undercover, and he's gonna go. He said he's gonna wear
mustache.
Yeah, and then they're like, no, like you're not gonna be able to hide. Like you're a big tiburon, like a big shark. And then he gets mad, he cusses and walks away, like because he said like obviously his. Oh, man, I forgot what I was saying. Like Man, I forgot a single haircut.
James Gunn does a good job making animal characters seem very cute and lovable for the crowd.
I would hug that shark.
Yeah, you better be his friend though.
Oh no.
But I also like Ratcatcher too because she was just so
She was so sweet,
nice and just so lovable.
I'd be her friend.
Like her final, oh yeah, same. If she had like her final scene where she was like trying to kill the Patrick Star basically with the little wand thing that's some of the rats.
Patrick Star.
Basically, and like she was just having that flashback about her father being. I also love that it was Taika Waititi playing her father, but like just like how much he was just a nice person. He just said like we're kind of like rats because nobody cares about us, but we're useful in life and we could be together. We're strong. And I love that it cut back and she's just crying and remembering her father. I was like, damn, I love this character. She's so great.
I loved her. She was just like very timid the whole movie, and like I hate how like they'll make characters or like when you're a hero they'll make you like you harden up and you know you're like you. And she didn't. She was still doing drama. She was like this soft, like very like she was like a girl, and she didn't change who she was to like get the mission done. I really like that. I'm like, you have to change to be like all like mean or like oh my I don't know. You know, like transformations heroes or like characters have where they harden up a little bit and like they kind of grow up. And you know, she like stayed true to herself, like the whole thing about like with her father. And then I really like the scene where they're on the, what is it, like a bus or a little train, and she's telling about her father, and I was like, oh, I understand you now. But also, like, she's, like, lazy. She's like, I don't want to wake up.
She almost slept by getting eaten alive. And she's like, it was the best nap I've ever had.
She was sleeping.
Oh,
I don't know. I loved her. I think she had to be one of my favorite ones.
I think, like some of the writing in this movie is obviously just kind of, like, doesn't make sense. But the characters are so lovable that you just kind of don't care as well.
Yeah.
Like, James Gunn also did like a great job who he knows how to pair him up and just have that little competition. Like Bloodsport was with Captain. God, I forgot John Cena. Yeah, Peacemaker was with Peacemaker, and they had like a great like competitiveness to them because they're both kind of like
the same
who's
person.
the same person, but one's a little bit more of a dickhead, and like they just got to see who's gonna be the better one of them.
Like
and
the alpha.
Like the alpha one, and it's so entertaining to watch them try to fight each other. And you have King Shark and the Ratcatcher too, who are very both like innocent, nice people. One's a little bit like I don't mind killing people because he's just like a dumb shark, but like the other one's just like very kind and willing to like help him find his way as well. And Bloodsport was just like, I mean not Bloodsport, Polka Dot Man was just like the everyman.
He was with that one guy that was like the bus driver, and they killed him. And then what was his? I forgot the guy's name, man. I'm like Harley right now. She's like, who is that? Because they killed him, and she's like, oh, they just killed blah blah blah. And she's like, who is that? She's like, he's been with us the whole time. Yeah, and she's like,
I care for Dave.
Yeah, and then she's like, oh, that's him. And then like that's it. Like he was like helping them supposedly. And what was he doing? He
was just in the background. It was just a good joke.
He was just walking around with them because he wasn't putting like bombs on the building, nothing. Like he was just following them. Like he could have stayed in the van, and I think he would have lived.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I just thought it was like hilarious.
But
oh my goodness, let's talk about like the fact that Peacemaker is like not a peacemaker. Like he was like, I'm willing to kill children and anyone to keep the peace. And I was like, what?
He kind of reminded me. This is gonna be a stretch, but he kind of reminded me of. Have you seen The Irishman?
The Irishman?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's the Martin Scorsese film. Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci.
Man, I'm bad with names.
Anyways, well, Robert De Niro's character, it's based loosely off a true story, is a man who's just like, you tell him what to do, he's going to finish that job even if he doesn't think it's right. He's going to, because that's an order. He wants to do that. And Captain, gosh, I forgot his name again. Peacemaker, he's the exact same way. He think in order to restore order and peace to the world,
complete the mission,
be a good soldier and do what you been told.
He's awful. Like,
he was pretty funny though.
He was, but he was like, I feel like John Cena kind of played himself in this movie.
He just played a dick.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys ever watched the WWE, the women's version, like the Divas, because I used to watch Total Divas. I loved it. Like, there was these twins, and one of them, their name was Brie, and the other one was named Bella or something like that. And he was dating one of them, and I'm like, you're so mean to her. Like,
It's a show.
no, but they were like, he wouldn't like. I'm like, he should have proposed to her already. Like, he was just a jerk to her. No, one time she cleaned up. I don't know what she did. She cleaned up or made dinner and stuff, and he was like complaining. Like, she tried to surprise him at dinner. This has nothing to do with this, but he was just like mad that she kind of made a little bit of mess. I'm like, dude, she made you dinner, but John Cena's a douche. Like,
I need you to know. You know that was all pretend, right?
No, it's not.
It's all pretend.
It was real to me. If you don't, that was a reference to you know what I'm talking about?
No.
The new TikTok going around. Dang it. What's that new movie that came out? Black Widow?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, where she was like, don't say that. It was real to me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going around. You didn't know that reference?
No, I haven't been on TikTok in a bit.
Man. I've been like not on all my other social medias, but on TikTok.
Who's your favorite character though?
Mine would have to be Ratcatcher too, because like she's so sweet and I love her. But it's like between her and Harley Quinn, because Harley Quinn is just like amazing. There's gonna be so many Harley Quinn costumes this year. Like,
there were so many in 2016. Like,
it's back. But this time I like how they paid homage to her black and red colors in her hair, and I'm like they're gonna bring that back. I think that'd be pretty cool. Like her original. Outfit. I like her original Chester. Is it Chester's? Jesters? A Jester outfit. I don't know what it's called.
I don't know what's it called either.
But you know, in terms of the clown one.
Yeah, the original like
super cute,
like animated series.
Yeah, I love that one. But if they bring that back, and if they did a Harley Quinn and Joker movie, I would totally watch that. I would pay like maybe $25. Big bucks.
I don't know if they're gonna bring back Jared Leto.
Really? I loved Jared Leto. I know there was like
he was Jim Carrey basically as the Joker.
I actually liked Jared Leto, but again, I think it's just because I like Jared Leto because he was in a Gucci commercial.
Oh, the Gucci movie?
Is he in the Gucci movie?
Yeah, he's in the Gucci movie. We'll talk about that later.
With Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
I love Gaga.
We'll watch it. It looks so good. Anyways.
What does Gaga know about Polaroid?
She knows how to play a villain.
I love her. She's so good at. She was an American Horror
topic.
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
Here, I got a question for you.
What's up?
What was the funniest scene to you?
Man, that's hard.
I think honestly the camp scene where they're just accidentally they're infiltrating to save Rick Flag because they thought he was captured by the government.
Oh my God! Yes.
Then John Cena's character and Idris Elba's character Bloodsport was just trying to compete in who could kill the most guys in the most unique ways.
They killed all the rebels. Like they were gonna like. You know, they're going against this fascist government and, like, you know, trying to take it down and protect the people. And they killed all the rebel soldiers, and there's, like, one left at the end. And I'm like, and she's like, typical Americans. They just come in guns shooting or flaring. And I was like, dang.
I was
a little sad, even though it wasn't real. I'm like, this is all those dead people.
I thought it was hilarious. That was just a good, like, twist of a joke.
That
just
one
to
was,
show.
like, hilarious.
Just even when they entered, like, why didn't nobody let me know that you were here? And he was like, oh, there was nobody. There was nobody here. No, I didn't notice anybody. No. They're all just trying to play it off like we didn't kill a bunch of people.
I think the part two when they realized
Pokemon, I killed them with my Pokedops and pretended they were my mom. Like what?
When they tell he tells his like little short story and he's like, "Where's your mom now?" She's everywhere. And then you see like his mother everywhere. I didn't understand at first, and I'm like, that's kind of creepy.
What was your favorite part?
I think it had to be that part, like when like his mom pops up, or like when she's about to get eaten by a shark. Ratcatcher 2 is about to get eaten by King Shark, and she's just sleeping. She's not even mad about it either. She's like, if he ate me, he's like, whatever. I don't know. I like that. I just liked it. This whole movie was great. I give it 10 out of 10.
Also, like, the cinematography was just fantastic. There's this one scene where Idris Elba's character and John Cena's character are just fighting. I forget their names now. But they were just fighting, and oh, no. It wasn't Idris Elba. It was Rick Flag and Peacemaker fighting each other. And
I cried.
And you see the perspective of the fight through a shiny helmet, and it's just, like, very unique and kind of cool.
Yeah.
I very much liked it. But, like, this movie is, like, the colors pop. Everything is great. The only issue I really had was it like in the beginning where everyone's dying and they're doing like the little song of the intro.
Yeah.
It was like the shaky cam was like getting me a little sick, at least when I was in the theater. So
I
was
didn't
like,
notice.
at least for me, maybe it's because it was like on a big screen and that's all I saw was boom, boom, boom. So I was like, all right, this needs to chill for a sec. But like, other than that, I just had an amazing time with this movie.
It was great. It's just like there's very few movies that will like let you just enjoy it and not be thinking about anything else. And I think this is one of those movies. Like, I liked it's comedy. I love the gore. Like,
Yeah.
there was a lot of gore.
And the gore wasn't like used to be like, oh, here's gore, let me just stab, stab, stab. It was like actually used in the story, like
Yeah.
to show that makes sense. It wasn't just like useless gore just to be like, there's gore, here you go.
I think my favorite gore scene was like the shark guy just rips the guy
Yeah.
apart, and
That
I'm like,
was
dang,
brutal.
that would have been so cool to watch in the movies. Like
It was
it was
brutal.
like it was just like
so
it was like lightning behind him and everything. I was like, dang, that was a good scene right there.
I think my favorite scene was when the two guys were kind of like next to each other, and I think it was Peacemaker that shot him, and you just see their like parts just come off right here.
Oh, like the
damn.
inside.
Oh
Man,
man.
it was a good movie
And then
overall.
the stabbing scene when they're in the cab, he's just like stabbing someone when he was sleeping.
Oh,
Peacemaker.
Yeah, and they were.
It was
This
so
movie is great.
funny.
You have to like watch it, and if you didn't, like we just told you the whole movie. Like
If you're
all of
okay,
it.
okay with gore, if you're okay with violence and cursing, you're gonna have a good time. It's like a R-rated Guardians of the Galaxy movie. That's basically what it is,
yeah.
but just more James Gunn kind of humor.
I loved it. I'd watch it like 4 more times.
He actually just now made a contract with DC. He's gonna make 4 more films for them.
Suicide Squad.
I think once
Or-
he's done. No, I don't know. Maybe,
Oh.
but just 4 more
I'm
DC
hoping
films.
for a Joker and Harley movie. That'd be
I
great.
can see that. But I
That'd
think
be
once
great.
he's done with Guardians 3, he's going to be done with Disney and go to DC. Because
Oh, yeah.
Disney was like, I think he said he was like kind of in a bad place when he was making, before he got taken for Suicide Squad, he was just saying like he just feels like he's just being told what to do in a sense. Like there's no like liberty or freedom to what he's doing anymore. And as soon as Warner Brothers signed him off and just said, do whatever you want. Have fun, kill whoever you want.
Like, look at how
and all
much
that.
money his movie came in.
Yeah,
brought
and-
in. Like,
It didn't make that much, but like it's still
oh, it's going to. You don't think
Well,
so?
it was-
It just got released.
no. It just made $50,000.
Really?
Yeah, it's because of the box office, but also
Oh,
HBO
the-
Max is
yeah,
like hurting
everyone's-
sales. $1 million now?
You said $50,000.
Yeah, it was $50,000 at one point
What?
for the weekend, the first weekend.
I got 71.4
I could look for
million.
it. Okay.
Million.
$1 million? Well, that's still pretty bad, to be honest with
I
you.
don't know how much they made, but I know they made a lot of money.
But it also, I think Warner Brothers is also taking account of HBO Max intakes, so
Love
hopefully they
HBO
don't
Max.
just based
I
off the
feel
low
like-
sales.
I feel like the movie industry is dying though. The cinema.
I don't
You
think
don't
so.
think so? I don't know.
I think, if anything, the studio industries are just learning that they need them more than what streaming services
Suicide
are.
Squad made $71 million.
Yeah, I got
$71.
$71.40 million. That
Oh,
sounds like a
$71.
good chunk of change to me.
That's honestly,
I don't know what I'd do with that money.
it's good, but it's not like they're still gonna not break loose with that.
No?
Film. They're going to lose money on this 100%. But yeah,
Sad.
I
No,
liked it a lot.
we didn't get to our pop quiz, but that's okay because we answered our pop quiz questions in it anyway. So was it what was the gross revenue? 71.40 million. Who's the director? James Gunn, best known as the Guardians of the Galaxy Marvel. And this one's just random. Why does Captain Rick Flag wear mostly yellow shirts in the movie? And this is just because he wears it in the comics. I couldn't really, I couldn't find like cool ones yet because I was like, I couldn't think of them off the top of my head, and I don't know. It was just like random. But I was wondering why he was wearing yellow shirts in the first place too.
I didn't. I just thought it was disgusting.
I did. I'm like, why is he wearing yellow? Yellow makes you look yellow.
So, just to wrap it up, watch this movie. Honestly, I had such a good time watching it. There's
Yeah, it was
like
great.
a lot of movies that I vastly enjoyed this year. Like I kind of enjoyed Fast 9. I enjoyed
No,
Judas and the Black
don't
Messiah.
watch that.
Don't watch that. It was a garbage movie, honestly. But Judas and the Black Messiah, amazing, and I fell in love with that movie.
10 out of 10.
But the most fun that I felt like this is a movie theater experience. This is why I love movies. Was the Suicide Squad. I just had a great time.
So register to vote share our videos, and subscribe to our pages on all social media platforms, or
Yes.
even follow us and ask us questions about Suicide Squad.
I would love to talk about it.
Yeah, this is fun. Every once in a while, we want to make something that's like fun and interesting to everyone, because I know like we all watch movies or we all watch shows. Something different and something to take your mind off the economy and the housing market and everything. So subscribe and catch us on our next episode.
Have a good day.
Bye.